Magandang araw po muli sa inyong lahat. Sumasa inyo ang ating programa, ang Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Nando po sa inyo ng Presidential Communications Office sa pamumuno ng ating bagong kalihim sa PCO, Secretary Cesar B. Chavez. And of course, sa pagkikipagtulungan, siyempre ng ating Philippine Information Agency sa pamumuno ng ating pong Director General Jose A. Torres Jr. Sa ngalan po ng ating Regional Head, Angeli Lubo Mercado, sumasa inyo ang ating programa sa loob ng isang oras na talakayan. Ang ating pong bisita ngayon, bagamat lagi nating nakakaugnayan, ay merong pong bitbit na mahalaga at magagandang mga accomplishments para po sa kanila pong mga member or sa atin pong mga PhilHealth members. Yan po ang ating PhilHealth Region 2. Ano nga ba ang kanilang mga accomplishment sa mga nakaraang taon at ano yung kasalukuyan po na kanila pong ginagawa para po mapaigting pa ang kanilang serbisyo at programa para sa ating lahat. Narito po ngayong araw ang ating pong Regional Vice President, RVP Levelinda R. Binasoy. Magandang umaga, sir.
Good morning pa.
At siyempre, kasama rin po natin ang ating mga media friends. Tayo po ay live ngayon sa ating PIA Facebook page at sa atin pong mga kasamahang media practitioners, sa atin pong Radyo Pilipinas, RBC Cable Master System, delayed telecast po sa ating pong DZDA, at sa ating mga media practitioners sa lalawigan po ng Isabela, sa IFM Kawayan, Brigada News, FM Live Radio Santiago, and of course, sa atin pong Luzon-wide correspondent, sa cover din po tayo ng Bombo Radio at Tugigaraw, ang ating Northern Bulletin, ang XFM Radio, at FMR Cagayan. Live din po tayo dyan, and of course, sa atin pong Magic FM. Sir, unang-una po, ay kumusta po? Ano po ang atin pong update para po sa ating mga kababayan ngayon hinggil po sa programa ng ating pong PhilHealth?
Thank you. May I please greet first our esteemed members of PhilHealth, partners in health, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant morning to all of you. We would like to thank the Presidential Communications Office and the Philippine Information Agency for this opportunity to report to you the PhilHealth's accomplishments in today's Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. The Bagong Pilipinas campaign is built on the principles of transparency, accountability, and inclusivity, the very values that we uphold at PhilHealth as we serve the Filipino people with integrity and excellence. It is both with great pride and humility that we present to you the latest developments in our National Health Insurance Program, particularly the great improvements in your benefits that we have accomplished through the leadership of our President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Emmanuel R. Ledesma Jr. In line with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s aspiration for a strong healthcare system that can withstand another pandemic, and with the guidance of the PhilHealth Board, chaired by Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa, your PhilHealth has embarked on an aggressive benefit enhancement program starting last year. We started with the expansion and the institutionalization of the hemodialysis package from 90 to 156 sessions, which effectively covers the standard 3 times a week session of this life-saving treatment needed by chronic kidney disease stage 5 or the CKD5 patient for 1 year. Our support to CK5 patients did not stop here. Last July of this year, we have increased coverage per session by 54%, or from 2,600 to 4,000 pesos, for a total of 624,000 pesos from the 405,600 per year per patient. So in our aim to rationalize benefit packages that will truly matter to our kababayans, we have focused on certain conditions that are of high burden and could lead to catastrophic spending for the patients and even to their families. And as a result, we have more than doubled our coverage of hemorrhagic stroke from 38,000 pesos to 80,000 in ischemic stroke from 28,000 to 76,000. And high-risk pneumonia from 32,000, now it's already 90,100 pesos. So another round of enhancements come with our Z benefits, which was introduced particularly on colon and rectal cancers, and select orthopedic implants. In October of last year, the outpatient benefit package for mental health was also launched, offering general and especially mental health services. We are now partnering with more providers to make this service accessible to Filipinos with mental health concerns.
RVP, true enough, lagi nating ine-enhance yung mga benefit packages natin, talagang tuloy-tuloy, and we really admire that kasi kailangan natin na i-upgrade talaga yung ating mga packages. But now, we proceed on with the Consulta package, RVP. I believe we've been discussing this sa ating iba't ibang encounters and platforms. But what's the update on the Consulta package?
Sige, thank you so much for that question. Ang konsulta po natin, ito po yung konsultasyon sulit at tama package. It is an expanded primary care benefit package. We have implemented also the PhilHealth Gamot, or the guaranteed accessible medications for outpatient treatment, wherein there are 32 more essential drugs and medicines that have been added to the existing 21 medicines available. So sa ating konsulta po, libre na po ang check-up para sa ating primary care professional. We urge, ito yung lang namin, they have to register sa isang konsulta provider upang sa ganon ay sila na po, kung saan yan gusto nila, dun po sila. Dahil po ito ay mabibigyan ka muna kung napapatingin kasi isang doktor, kung sinabi niya, itong kailangan mo, ang kailangan mo ay maintenance medicines katulad po sa asthma, diabetes, hypertension, at sa laboratories kung kinakailangan. Basta't recommended po ng isang doktor. So ito po ay nagawa dahil ang PhilHealth Board po kasi ay nag-approve ng isang budget na yun dati lang ay 500 pesos, ngayon po ay 1,700 sa isang beneficiary. So ibig sabihin sa bawat membro po, makakaasa po tayo na meron pong nakaakibat na para sa kanyang gamot at sa kanyang konsultasyon if needed pa yung laboratories. So ito yung po, this has been started by PhilHealth po para sa makita natin ngayon, meron pa rin pong incidence ngayon ng mga breast cancer. So para magkaroon po tayo ng early detection, pwede na pong umpisa na nga po dun At saka yun nga ang sinasabi namin na 30% na po ngayon ng across the board increased. Sa ating 9,000, mahirap po ang dami, 9,000 case rate packages. Kung isa-isahin po natin to, baka tapos na po yung hindi pa matatapos to, ang dami na po natin pag-uusapan pa. So ito yung po sinasabi kasi namin PCO, Mandila Desma, sa kanyang mga pagkikipag-usap sa iba't ibang forum, binabanggit niya na po ito, na sabi niya, magkakaroon pa po tayo ng another round of increase before the year ends. Okay. So yung sinasabi namin 30% kanina, maaari pang madodoble to. Baka may another round. So we may say that's there another 30% increase sa ating 9,000 case rates. So again, in March 30, 2024, we hit another milestone with the enhancement of our Z benefit package for breast cancer. It used to be 100,000 lamang. But now, we are assured of 1.4 million coverage. So that's it. So from 100,000, so what does this mean? It's a 1,300% increase.
Yes.
That's for our breast cancer under the Z benefits.
At napakaganda, RVP, kasi yung breast cancer ngayon or any type of cancer, di ba? Yeah. Maraming mga pasyente diyan,
I think ito ay isang pagsasabi nga natin. Hindi naman kasi lamang kababaihan ang nakakaroon po ng breast cancer. Sa ating pag-iisip siguro, akala lang natin pambabae ito. Hindi po. Pati po mga kalalakihan nakakaroon din po sila ng breast cancer. Kaya nga po itong increase na to, it's very timely because we do not know, pag sinabi natin, in the whole year, kayang-kaya mo nang i-cover po with a 1.4 million package po para dyan. Again, we have also implemented substantial enhancement for the neonatal sepsis and bronchial asthma. Effective May 1 this year or 2024, the package for neonatal sepsis is now 25,793. It used to be 11,700 lamang. And then again, for bronchial asthma, at 22,488, it only used to be 9,000. So ang jump nito, kung titignan mo, this 150% na nga po. And then just last month po, PhilHealth introduced the outpatient therapeutic care benefits package for severe acute malnutrition for children below 5 years in order to support families to prevent malnutrition and growth stunting among our children. Ang ganda po nito, di ba, ano ba yung sinasabi natin, masyado nang nagkakaroon ng stunting ang growth ng mga bata. Pero kung titignan mo ngayon, may mga matatangkad na, may 7-footer na nga po tayo.
Si Kuya TJ lang ang hindi inabutan.
Wala pa po kasi yung case package na to noon.
Oh, correct. Opo.
Mabuti na lahat meron ngayon, baka pwedeng humabol pa.
Yes, RVP.
So the efforts often go unnoticed, but we are thankful that President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. himself acknowledged PhilHealth's efforts during his third State of the Nation address, or the SONA. It is a testament and a validation of our commitment to deliver healthcare benefits that are felt ng bawat isang Pilipino.
RVP, talagang nakita natin yung paglundag ng mga dagdag or kaya yung mga benefit na talagang tumaas yung suporta sa atin pong mga members. Maliban po sa mga ito, may mga bagong benefit plan po ba na naipasa ang ating mga board?
Yes po. For the remainder of the year, more enhancements in the benefits are forthcoming. Following our board-approved benefit plan, we are set to implement numerous other benefit packages which include physical and medical rehabilitation, severe dengue, chemotherapy, emergency care, cataract extraction, and more Z benefit packages such as peritoneal dialysis, kidney transplantation, prostate and cervical cancers, and open heart surgeries for children, as well as COVID-19 benefits. So hindi pa po nawawala ang COVID sa atin. So all these developments underscore the PhilHealth's unceasing commitment to provide health insurance coverage and ensure affordable, acceptable, available, and accessible healthcare services para po sa lahat ng Filipino.
Okay. RVP, we proceed with the claims naman po, kasi dati-rati, nung mga nauna pa, noong unang panahon, isa yung claims sa nagiging issue ho natin na medyo, sabi ng mga ospital, mabagal daw po ang PhilHealth sa pagproseso. Pero ngayon po, ano pong pagbabago? Gaano na po ba kabilis ang pagproseso natin ngayon sa mga claims, RVP?
Sing bilis po ng suntok ni Manny Pacquiao, Senator Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
PhilHealth performance in terms of paying our partner healthcare facilities, I would say that has significantly improved. Sa ngayon po, our coverage, our average, yung tinatawag po nating TAT, yung turn around time in claims payment is only 19 days. Ang ano po nyo to is, which is, dapat yung binabayaran in 60 days. So, ibig sabihin po niyan, mabilis po sa 41 days faster than the prescribed period of 60 days. So, ano pong ibig sabihin nito? Kapag ang good claim po, mabilis ang proseso nito, kagad nababayaran. Pag nababayaran, ang ibig sabihin po nito, mas maraming serbisyo na ibibigay ang ating mga hospital sa mga membro. So, ang inaano po namin lang po dito, Kung nakakaroon po kasi ng mga deficiency, yung claims na nanggagaling sa ating mga healthcare facilities sa mga hospital po, binabalik po namin yan. Ang tinatawag po natin yan, RTH, yung Return to Hospital. Ngayon, kung binalik sa kanila at hindi nila kaagad binalik sa amin within 60 days, ang mangyayari po niyan, may violation.
Correct.
Automatic yan, i-deny na po siya. Kaya nga po yung sinasabi nilang hindi po nagbabayad ng buo ang PhilHealth, wala pong katotohanan yan. May basihan po kami. Kung ibibigay mo sa amin yan ng tama, kaagad po proseso nga namin, that is done in 19 days.
Yes.
In 19 days. So napakabilis, more than sa kanya 60 days is 19 days turnaround time. So again, we would like to inform everyone that for the first half of the year, 2024, your PhilHealth nationwide has paid a total of 74.95 billion in claims nationwide.
That's billion.
Billion. May I say again, and I reiterate it, PhilHealth has paid 74.95 billion in claims nationwide. This is 16% higher than 64.36 billion recorded from the same period last year or 2023. Ang taas po.
Yes.
Last year, 64.36. Now, for the 6 months only, it's 74.95 billion claims nationwide. I think it is a marked improvement.
Yes, okay.
And again, I think no less than the president of the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines, my friend and my idol, si Dr. Jose Rene De Grano, acknowledged these improvements. Dr. De Grano said in one of his interviews, he said that for the past several months, just in 2024, we experience, of course, better. There is a big improvement actually in claims processing. So PhilHealth received numerous commendations and thank you letters from various health facilities for the continuous streamlining of processing of claims, leading to prompt payment of claims and a faster turnaround time. Again, this is something that we would like also to share. Even the League of Provinces of the Philippines took notice of these positive developments when they said that over the past year, PhilHealth has accomplished a lot of terms of improving its services and increasing the benefit packages of its members.
Okay. RVP, how about in our region? Can you please share how is the turnaround time also for the processing of claims of our hospitals in our region?
Thank you for that question po. Your PhilHealth in Regional Office 2, we are happy also now to announce that we have paid a total of 2 billion 61,224,568 pesos.
So we shared 2 billion in the national data.
Data. And we have done this in 22 days for good claims. If you look, 19 ang average po ng nationwide.
Yes. Opo.
Sa atin po, 22 days. So, this is 38 days faster than the mandated 60 days po. So, konti lang. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Habulin po natin yung 19
days.
19 days. Again, I would like also to say that we have taken steps to support hospitals in accounts reconciliation. Ang tawag po namin dito ay reconciliation of claims. We have now an added advantage in a group. We call them the Financial Management and Reporting Enhancement Program, or what we call the FinMarep. Through this, we are directly engaging with the hospitals in reconciling their books with our books. So direct. It's figures to figures, accountants to accountants. So that what do we do here? we properly put things in proper perspective. For example, there are claims that need to be returned or denied, as I earlier said. This is due to certain non-compliances. Therefore, we should be treating this as accordingly in accordance with our books and their books. For PhilHealth, these claims cease to be payables. While for the hospitals kasi, ang nakalagay sa kanila, receivables. So, kinakailangan mag-reconcile. So, there's a reconciliation that has to be done. Therefore, as the People's Health Insurer, this is our part of our responsibility as stewards of your funds. So, ibig sabihin yan, pag tama yung binibigay na kine-claim sa amin at nagtumutugma din ang nasa libro namin, swak. Ibig sabihin, nababayaran siya on time.
Okay, RVP, no? On digitalization naman, I believe you're pushing on the digitalization efforts on your database, you know? So, how far have you gone about this initiative, RVP?
Yeah. I think this is in step also with the directive of President Marcos Jr. to expedite po yung efforts namin for digitalization so that we could have better public service delivery. Among this, ang ginawa ni PhilHealth po, nagkaroon na po ng groundbreaking ang eGov PH app. It was launched by the Department of Information and Communications Technology, DICT. And through your smartphones, we can see contribution payments. You can check on the availment of your history through this said app. Sa eGov Super App naman po ay pwede na rin pumili kung saan mo gustong magparehistro sa konsulta. Yung konsultasyon sulit at tama na provider package po namin. So ang ano lang na po namin dito ay sana po ay i-download na po ninyo itong app na ito para sa ganun po ay magkakaroon na po kayo ng app sa inyong smartphones. So again, we could go back to the claims processing and payments po. Recently po, the PhilHealth signed an agreement with a global IT solutions provider to test a special software employing artificial intelligence to enhance the process of PhilHealth reimbursements. Now, this initiative, its reason or its aim or its objective is to have the processing time and minimize claims being returned, yung ibinabalik pa sa hospitals because of deficiencies. Now, we are excited to see how this technology would revolutionize our claim processes.
That is a very nice initiative, RVP. No? Your agency is also one of the frontline service providers in our region. You know? So, how is your clients? You know? We have many clients every day, I believe. Do you have any means to measure the client satisfaction of our members going to our agency? And if so, can you share?
Yeah, po.
Are they satisfied with our services?
Muli, no? Naintindihan po kasi natin po at saka dapat kinakailangan pong ma-meet talaga yung mga pangangailangan nila. Kung mabilis ba serbisyo o tama ba serbisyo ng PhilHealth sa kanila. Now, we do conduct regular surveys to gauge po yung client satisfaction and awareness. We are able to gather valuable insights that would help us further improve our services and even enhance the client experience and strengthen relationship with benefits with their beneficiaries po. Again, I would like to report also and share with you that in the most recent surveys conducted by the Novotrends PH, PhilHealth earned an overall satisfaction score of 94.57%. Now, this is nationwide survey has been voluntarily participated by more than 180,000 clients who availed of various services in local health insurance nationwide offices po. And may I also report that here in your PhilHealth Regional Office 2, we have received a very good satisfaction rating po of 98.8%. Or
Congratulations.
rounding it off po. 0.02. Ma'am, hanapin po natin yun. Siguro di sila po naka-ano po.
1.2.
Nahihirapan namin po nun, pero sabi ko nga, ano po nangyari po sa 0.02? But I think we owe it to you, media, at sa mga ano po natin, mga health members po natin, that this 98.8% is our contribution to all of the Cagayan Valley citizens po.
Congratulations to our PhilHealth Region 2. 98.8% is a very, very high satisfaction rating as compared to other government institutions. So congratulations. But with these accomplishments, RVP, I believe you earned also recognitions from various stakeholders or institutions. Can you share some with us?
Again, we continue to be humbled and encouraged by the support and recognitions we receive from our members and stakeholders. And these recognitions are motivations for us to continue delivering exceptional service to our members and upholding the values of excellence that we hold dear. Makakaasa po ang mga membro na lalo po namin pagbubutihin ang pagsaserbisyo sa inyo saan man kayo sa Pilipinas. We are proud to report that your PhilHealth Regional Office 2 received 2 commendations from Congress. A letter from Congressman Ed Christopher Go of the 2nd District of Isabela, stating, among others, that we recognize the efforts of PhilHealth Regional Office 2 in addressing different issues during the year 2023. And also, there is a filed House Resolution number 1520 by Deputy Speaker Congressman Antonio Tonipet Taguinod Albano of the 1st District of Isabela. It reads that this resolution commending the PhilHealth Insurance Corporation Regional Office 2 for actively enhancing management processes, resulting in updated payments and no outstanding claims from all hospitals managed by the province of Isabela.
Okay, again, congratulations. Kudos to our PhilHealth Region 2 RVP for those accomplishments and for sharing yung mga updates natin. At napakagandang balita ito mga kaibigan sa atin pong mga PhilHealth members. Kaya nga, laging i-check ko natin ang kanilang website dahil nag-update pala sila, lagi sila. And dito rin sa atin pong studio ay meron silang regular program. Lagi nilang ina-update yan. Now, we move RVP. Alam kong maraming katanungan ng ating mga kaibigan sa pamamahayag sa kahit palaging nai-interview ang PhilHealth ay talagang hindi sila nawawalan ng katanungan. Unahin natin si kasamang Dina Villacampa ng Radyo Pilipinas.
Good morning, RVP. Regarding po, unang-una po, congratulations po muna sa magandang pagsaserbisyo. Kaya na-reach natin 98.8%. Natulog po siguro yung 0.02. Hindi nakapibay ng ratings. But anyway, paano po nakatulong yung pag-increase ng capitation natin for the consulta package from that 750 to 17,000 pesos for us to encourage yung ating mga provider na mag-enroll sa consulta package and yung target natin may tina-target ba tayo dyan, sir, for every year for us to have accredited consulta package provider?
Ito po kasi yung ano po natin dyan, nadadagdagan ang ating mga benepisyo. So I think from the 21 medicines na dati, ngayon 32 na nga 32 medicines. So I think if you look at ano po yung mga laman ng itong 32 na to, ito yung mga karaingan po ng mga ating mga kababayan na membro po ng PhilHealth. Tulad na lang po ng hypertension, sa kanilang diabetes, sa kanilang asthma, lalong-lalo ngayon, ganito po yung panahon natin. Ito po ay nakakatulong po ang ating konsulta po. You see, from 500, that is more than 3 times. 1,700 na nga po. And mind you, ma'am, mamaya po, ipapakita po namin kung ilan na po yung na-accredit natin dito sa Region 2. And we have been paying them the capitation So, ibig sabihin, ma'am, pag natatanggap kasi ito ng RHU natin o ng mga district hospitals natin, this could be used for them to train even people, more to train and even get equipments. They can even buy equipments. And they can even use this as part of the salaries to be used for. So therefore, mas maraming frontline workers po na pwedeng makuha nila. So again, sa mga tao natin, choice nila kung saan. So ibig sabihin, hindi na sila pupunta pa sa hospital. Actually, Consulta is a primary care package. So hindi ka na pupunta ron. Ang mangyayari po nito, kung makapag-enroll sila, they go for a first patient encounter kaagad So from there, pag ito yung kailangan niya, naibibigay kaagad yung gamot. Naggamot po. Myself po, I am enrolled po dito sa City Health, dito sa Tuguegarao.
Tuguegarao, CHO.
So sa CHO po. And I've been receiving po yung mga gamot po na kailangan. Wag mo na tanongin kung anong gamot po yan.
Okay. Sige, si kasamang Pabs. Dito na lang po, siguro, sa atin pong... meron din po tayong mga kasamahan sa Zoom. Mamaya, they can also ask the question. No?
Yes, good morning po, VP. And congratulations ulit sa PhilHealth Region 2. Okay. May follow-up ako dun sa katanungan niya, dun sa konsulta package. Ilang beses po ba pwedeng i-avail ng isang pasyente yung konsulta package kapag ikaw ay naka-accredit dun sa accredited hospital, naka-register dun sa accredited ng PhilHealth?
Ito po yun. Hanggat meron ka pang gamot na iniinom, tuloy-tuloy lang yun. Kasi katulad yan, may constant din na monitoring pong dapat gawin na gawin po. Again, basta't ang po namin dyan is we pay kung sinabi mong hindi po na sumusobra Again, kaya nga kami ganito, Brother Pabs, no? In a study made, sa 10 po, hindi lahat po yan ay pupunta po na nakakaroon ng gamutan.
Yes.
There might be 8 na in good health condition. And then, so therefore, they are not, ang pagbibigay sa kanila ng gamot ay hindi po kasi kagad.
Hindi regular.
Hindi regular. It all depends on the services by the doctor. Siya magsasabi kung kailangan mo ba talaga. So okay lang, kahit na bumalik ka doon, talagang hindi mo kayang ibigay sa iyo yung mga gamot at ang mga paggagamutan ninyo tuloy-tuloy po.
Okay, interesado ako dito po sa outpatient na mga bata, lalong-lalo yung mga under-malnourished. Paano ma-avail ng mga magulang itong benepisyo o package na ito, lalong-lalo na sa kanilang mga anak? Paano nila kukuha ito?
Brother Pabs, ang ano po namin doon, understudy pa siya. Ito yung mga we have to wait for the mechanics po yung kung paano gagawin. Under pipeline pa po kasi ito Under pipeline pa. Huwag ka magalala kung may anak ka pa ngayon, ikaw na muna. Hindi po. This is under pipeline. I think there will be better, with the local government units naman. We always tandem with them, even with the DOH, kung paano po namin ipapatupad ito. Ano kasi natin to, whole of government approach ang inaano po ng PhilHealth, and even whole of society ng ano natin dito. I think there will, pagdating ng mga ano po nito, ng guidelines po nito, again, I will report po sa inyo para better po yung magiging kayo po yung magiging partners namin uli to disseminate all of these things.
Yes.
Apo. Thank you for that question po.
Si kasamang TJ Tudao.
Good morning, sir. RVP, Doc Lever. Sir, nababanggit natin na yung pong lahat po ng Pilipino ay automatic na maging membro o kasapi po ng PhilHealth. Paano naman yung, kumbaga, marami-rami rin yung porsyento na mga OFW po natin?
Yeah.
Paano lang medyo po yung benefits?
Thank you for that question. Pero bago yan, may dadagdag lang ako doon kay Brother Pabs. Brother, meron na pong may mga specific na pong doon sa Z benefits natin para sa, again, parang yung sinasabi nga natin neonatal care na po That's for sa mga bata sa ngayon. Ang Southern Isabela Medical Center po ay nag-signify ng kanyang intent for accreditation dito sa Region 2. So I think madadagdag po yun pagdating ng panahon na magbibigay na po yung central office ng guidelines. So thank you for the question po. If I may share my very experience being sent sa Taiwan last year. Ang ano po natin dito, yung OFWs natin, for as long as, again, they would continue to pay. Kasi hindi na po natin kasi minamandatory ang OFWs natin na magbayad po ng kanilang premium payments. But that does not stop them from availing of the services or the benefits sa PhilHealth po. For instance, there were 2 from Cagayan na na-meet ko doon, from Lalo and Cataran po, and 1 from Isabela. Yung anak niya, dito po sa ating hospital dito sa De Leon, nakasakit yung bata. So, ang ginawa ng kanyang parents, dinala doon. Nung sinabi ng OFW po yung nanay niya, siya na po yung I think it's a good thing na we still gave them the benefits po, and very thankful po yung ganon. So tuloy-tuloy po kasi nasa voluntary na po kasi ngayon ang pagano ng OFW. Better siguro kung if they can continue to pay their premiums. So tuloy-tuloy po yung kanilang pagbibigay ng service. Again, it does not stop them naman po na hindi makapag-avail. And for instance, I went even as far as yung sa Kaohsiung, yung tinamaan po ng lindol noon. And they were so thankful na we are still reaching out sa kanila. Kasi tinatanong namin sa kanila, gusto pa ba ninyong ituloy? Kasi katulad niyan, nagbabayad po. Ang mga kababayan po natin, nagbabayad pa rin sila ng SSS nila Nagbabayad pa rin po sila ng pag-ibig nila. Kasabay po namin sila. Nung nag-one day, one-stop shop din kami. Nung nakita nila na may PhilHealth pala doon, nagtanong sila. Katulad ng mga katanungan din po ninyo. So tuloy-tuloy, kung gusto nilang ituloy. Ang sinasabi kasi namin sa kanila, if you do pay for your beneficiaries na nasa Pilipinas, ay ito po ay tuloy-tuloy. Paano sabi nila kung hindi? It does not stop them from also receiving mga sa pamilya nila. Sa kapamilya po nila as beneficiaries po.
Yun din siguro, ang susugan ko lang yung katanungan ni kasamang TJ. Yung siguro yung pwede rin nating i-remind sa ating mga returning OFWs, RVP, kasi napakarami na natin kakilala. My brother's also one na pagbalik nila, hindi na nila naiisip na i-continue. Pero pag may magkasakit doon sa beneficiaries or sila mismo, sa kanila naalala na may PhilHealth, pero masyado nang malaki yung kanilang babayaran kung sakali.
Okay. Before that, I would like to share. I even told them in Taiwan na kapag kayo po ay na-hospital, ang isang OFW, na-hospital doon sa bansa na yon, kahit saan bansa, pwede po siyang magpa-reimburse for as long as ang ano ba yung kailangan niya. Letter po na ino-authorize niya yung sinong kamag-anak niya dito sa Pilipinas. And then, nakalagay po doon ang attachment. Ano po yung mga attachment? Yung mismong discharge, niya, yung kinonfine siya, na-discharge siya, yung SOA, yung statement of account niya. But, merong, in 180 days from the day that the patient or the member or the AFW has been discharged. Pero ito yon. Kung minsan nga naman, kahit na more than 180, kung nakikita naman namin, we still give the benefit of the doubt na lang doon kasi hindi naman ganun karami. And we know, and this is also one way of acknowledging the efforts, the contribution of AFW, and also being away from the her family. Nire-reimburse pa rin po. Nire-reimburse pa rin po. Maraming cases po, sa Region 2 pa lang, natulungan natin na kahit ako, nung I was not yet here, station dito, may nagpatulong sa akin. Tinawag ko lang dito sa Region 2. I was still assigned dati sa Region 11. I called Region 2. I didn't know na dito rin pala akong mapupunta. And they helped process yung hospitalization. Yung inano ko nga nandito is that they are still covered anywhere. Kahit na nandito ka man sa Philippines or elsewhere in the world. Ito po yung pagmamahal at pagbabalik po ng kanilang mga efforts po as OFW.
Okay, si kasamang April? Sige,
siguro-
tapos mamaya si Sir Benji. Okay, sige.
Thank you so much, sir. Follow up po siguro doon. Kumusta po yung awareness po, RVP, ng atin pong OFWs? Diyan po sa nababanggit natin, pwede sila mag-reimburse.
Awareness?
Yes po.
Ganito po. Every now and then may pinapadala po yung central office. Nagkataon lang po na it was my first time. Kung sakaling tatawagin uli ako, kahit na doon po sa magulong bansa, pupunta po ako. Basta ma-meet ko lang yung mga OFWs. Iba kasi yung nasasabi nyo, parang ito ngayon naririnig ninyo at binabanggit namin sa kanila. I even do, ako po mismo yung nagle-lecture. Ito yung ginagawa po ng mga frontline natin sa local health insurance office. Ginagawa ko na po. Ako yung nagpapa-fill up ng kanilang CF4, gano'n. Just to make them feel, PMRF nga po, yung membership report form namin, they feel they feel more important din na naririnig nila na ganito pala ang PhilHealth. So again, the advocacy continues and there are themes coming from the PhilHealth going to countries na may mga significant numbers. And ang kagandaan po niyan, with the Secretary Kadak now, kasi alam po niya itong ginagawa namin, they invite us, kung yung mga bansa na may mga OFWs tayo, to continue with this kind of advocacies po.
Ibig sabihin, mataas po.
Yes po, mataas po. It's not, it's a year-round. It's a year-round activity by PhilHealth so that we can reach out to our OFWs.
Yes. Isa pa po, sir.
Okay, sige,
Pero
follow
ibang
up.
question. Ibang question, sir, no? Ito naman po yung nababanggit po natin. Another 30% increase po ngayon pong taon bago matapos ang taon. At ngayong taon, nagkaroon na po tayo ng panibagong premium adjustment. Ano naman po ang aasahan sa premium ng atin pong mga members kapag po naipatupad na ito at kung ano rin po ang aasahan ng ating mga kababayan sa pagtataas po ng 30% pa po?
Ito po, magiging, I think, it will still stay at 5% po. 5% lang po na lang yun. Dahil nasa batas po natin sa RA 11223, hanggang doon na lamang po. So, wala na pong increase, ma'am. Ma'am.
Sabi ni Dino, salamat daw po.
Hindi po kami, huwag nyo kaming awayin. Nagpapatupad lang po ang PhilHealth ng batas. Kasi po, that's the maximum is 5% under the Republic Act 11223, the Universal Healthcare Act. It's only 5%. And then I think, yung mga binanggit ko po kanina, ng mga bagong packages at the pipeline. So, sana nga, before the year ends, before 2024 ends, ito po ay mapapatupad na wala pong dagdag na premium. So, I think, thank you so much for that, for asking. Please, wag niyo pong awayin ng PhilHealth, ha? Kasi po, kami lang, pinapatupad lamang po namin ng mga nakasaad po sa batas.
Okay. Si Sir Benji De Iro.
Good morning, Vice President. This is in relation to your record as a regional office that you have this turnaround time of only 22 days.
Yes.
As against the national standard of 60 days.
19.
And as required by law, it should be 60 days only. Now, your record of 22 days, which is 38 days earlier, faster than the other regional offices. I don't know if they are also less than your record now. I just want to ask some. Let's share some of your, maybe this is rather personal, your leadership capabilities and what are the factors which affects to
Best practice.
yeah, this pass. Of course, we have the staff, but it will always depend on your kind of leadership.
Thank
Is
you.
this in relation with your past career as a member of the military, man?
May kasama po ako rito benefit. Baka gusto niyo tanungin siya kasi kung ako magsasabi ito. But anyway, going back to that, thank you so much for that. I think it all behooves with team effort. They see something that I always say, that no person should be behind us, no person should be ahead of us. We go in one cadence. Kaya nga nakikita nila, I think that's they see something of when we say something, we do what we say. So sa kanila naman, we take extra effort din po, just like going overtime, kahit Sabado po, Linggo, nandyan po yung ating mga claims processor po sa benefit assurance section po natin. Ibig sabihin, they take sacrifice po, and they know kasi na ito kailangan. And they understand. I think I made it clear to them, we should be service-oriented, we should be member-centric, meaning to say, kapag nababayaran po kasi on time ang mga hospitals, they understand that also redounds to more patients na mako-cover up po natin. I also would like to say that hardworking po ang men and women po ng PhilHealth Region 2. Yes, I am sure of it because I think it shows that 98.8% ay something to be proud of. It continues us to be motivated. And always, as I say, nasaan yung 0.02? Yun po yung pinapahanap ko eh. Pag hindi po, baka hindi pa satisfied. And let's hear from them on how to improve, and how still to improve our services in the delivery of our services po. Ang sabi ko nga, leadership po has added something to it. And I think ito po yung na ibibigay po ng isang galing po sa service na pinanggalingan ko po.
Okay, last question.
Follow-up.
Okay, if you were in the shoes of the president or the chairman of PhilHealth, what future programs would you want to implement still, considering the success now or the status PhilHealth is now? But still, if you were in the shoes of the president or the chair, what projects you still see to benefit the Filipino people? Thank you.
Thank you. Parang ito po. Benefits. Benefits. And more improved benefits. 9,000 case rates, pwede pa natin dagdagan yon. So more benefits, and more improved benefits.
Okay. So we are expecting for more benefits and benefit packages to
And
come.
pwede po, iparating po ninyo, nag-aantay po kami ng reorganization namin para mas lalo po kaming dadami. Pag marami po kami, mas marami po kami magagawa. Mas marami po kami magagawa. Para yung 98% po, sana po ma-perfect na po namin.
Okay. Si Miss Mika ng FMR, Tugigaraw.
Sir, regarding po ulit dun po sa 99.8 po natin. Right now, ano po yung mga interventions po natin para po yung sinasabi po ninyo na mahanap po natin yung 20% po na nawawala po?
Hirap naman ang tanong mo. Ito po, I always say, at the end of the day, you should be still smiling. you can see a person who's motivated smiles sa mata po nila. Kahit na po gaano sila, pagod na po yung mga frontliners natin. I think sabi nga po nila, I've been going around kasi I don't sit po sa aking office eh. I go to the local health insurance offices and even po sa business centers natin. Of late, lumipat na nga po pala kami. In Apari, we used to be in just a corner na napakalit na lugar. Ngayon, nakahanap po kami. Thank you po doon sa may-ari at kami po ay pinaunlakan na makalipat na po. Again, the service that I see and the people are motivated, ilan lang po sila doon ngayon. Ilan lang ba sila doon? Tatlo lang po sila. Kaya nga sabi kong gano'n, sana dumating na po yung panahon na i-reorg na ninyo kami. Tatlong tao servicing Apari and the second and first districts of Cagayan. Tatlong tao. Pati ako nga pag napupunta doon, may napupunta na napagkamalan ako na frontliner, nagbibigay sa akin, sir, paano po ito? Ay, ma'am, akin na po, ma'am. The service, they know when you are motivated to in doing your service po. Nagre-reverberate po sa tao yon. Again, I say na bakit po 90, sabi ko, there's always room for improvement. And we cannot rest on the laurels or even that 98%. Sabi ko nga, the hardest thing to do is to maintain and sustain our gains so that we can continue with the delivery of services. Services po sa ating mga members po. I think the people, as I would like always to say, the Filipino deserve the very best po from PhilHealth.
And of course, RVP, we cannot please everyone. No, alam natin yan. Iba yung standard, lalo na ng mga Pinoy. But anyway, we also have a question from Isabella, I think. Ask ko lang po if pwede na paperless or online na lang ang submission sa pag-claim ng mga bills ng patients ang mga hospitals na accredited ng PhilHealth.
So I think I have showed you a while ago and said na we're going towards the direction nga po. Inantay na lang po yung sa digitalization natin na we have already partner with a provider na inantay na lang po namin ito. And actually, ang inano ko po, yung claims pala namin, online to, wala na pong ano to.
Online na rin talaga.
Online talaga to.
Okay.
I was thinking kasi yung parang yung mga members, individual members, pwede po silang tumingin po kagad sa portal. May PhilHealth portal po kasi. Then ang mga ano po natin dito, ang claims filing po natin is actually pinapano na po yan through may mga service providers po kasi. Yung mga healthcare facilities natin.
Online na rin yung
online po yun.
Okay.
They go in and submit it po to us electronically. Dati po kasi, sinasubmit nila paper. Ngayon po, it's all done electronically po.
Okay. Si kasamang TJ, then mamaya si kasamang Dina.
Yes, sir. So, konektado, sir, dun sa nababanggit nyo kanina na application, yung apps.
Yep.
Kung once na i-download nyo dun, pwede na pong magano doon.
Opo, you can look at that. Inano ko lang doon, kailangan po alam po ninyo yung yung PhilHealth identification number mo. Kasi you cannot proceed if you do not know. So ang ano ko lang doon, ang pakiusap ko na lang po, kung hindi po ninyo alam, ito po yung sinasabi natin kanina, yung point 2 na wala doon, punta po kayo doon para madagdagan. Para madagdagan. Alamin po ninyo. Kasi may ginagamit na po kami ngayon na queuing system. Kaya po mabilis ngayon. Yung services po ni PhilHealth ngayon, numbers na lang dyan. Pag nilabas, tinatawag yung number nyo kagad. Tapos may mga priority lanes for elderly, for senior citizens, at may mga PWDs, ganun po. May mga linya po sila. So, napakabilis na po. Sabi ko nga, even sa eGov, meron na po kami. Sa eGov, sa DICT, na pag inano po ninyo to, may apps din po sila. So, ito rin po, ang PhilHealth, may portal na po kami. So, makikita mo doon. The most important thing is you know your PIN, your PhilHealth Identification Number, para you can proceed. Para makikita mo doon, yung mga hindi mo nabayaran, at saka yung mga kailangan bayaran mo. Pag ganun po. Again, ang ano nga natin dito is, as always po, I have said nga na of recently lang, si PCO po namin, si Sir Mandy Ledesma, nag-sign na po siya with, ito po, memorandum po, agreement. May GCash na po. Pwede na po kayo magbayad through GCash.
Okay.
Yun lang, kailangan may cash ka. Para baka mag-GCash ka.
May laman yung GCash account.
May GCash na po. Kailangan lang po may cash yung GCash mo.
Yes, para makapagbayad noon.
Sir, yes.
Sige.
Doon sa reconciling of books from hospitals, ito ba yung nakita natin, sir, na na kumbaga naging aberya doon sa claims ng mga hospital? So, sa punto nito na ginagawa po ng PhilHealth, mawawala na po yun at ngayon na updated na po ang bayad.
Ito po yun. Maganda po yung katanong niyan, Jay. Ito, nakakaroon po kasi ng alam mo yung tug of war? Sabi ni, ganito yung namin, yung final namin electronically, na claims namin. Example 150, ang tumuloy, natin 100 claims lang. Nasaan yung 50? So, ito yung mga, doon nag-uumpisa Ang alam ni facility ng hospital, nagbigay siya ng 150. Hahanapin niya, bakit hindi 150 ang binayaran? Bakit 100 lang? So ito yon ang ginagawa po namin, ay nakakaroon po kami ng face-to-face. So, nandyan po yung healthcare facilities. We have done this now for I think twice na ginagather namin sila in a big forum. So, dala nila, ang sinasabi namin, pakidala po ninyo yung mga claim series of claims. And then, ipapaano namin sa'yo, one-on-one. Nagwa-one-on-one po yung mga FIDMA rep namin. And of course, yung taga-HCDMD po namin, yung Benefit Assurance section po namin, nandun po sila. There are questions kasi na mga peculiar lang sa isang facility. Very peculiar sa kanya. Bakit ganito? Ito yung alam namin. O so na nakikita nila. For example, ito po, column yan. Pinapakita one-on-one yan. Sa point of view ng healthcare facility, ang sabi niya, ito po yung receivable namin. Only to find out na nagbayad na pala si PhilHealth. Nabayaran na yung claim na yun. So, dapat yun, hindi na yun dapat naka-minus na. Kasi, sa kanya ay hindi pa bayad. Receivable. Sa amin, binayaran ka na namin.
Paid na.
Nakakaroon po ng reconciliation. And that's one thing good na naintindihan na nila ngayon sa point of view from accounts to accounts.
Yes.
So it is coming from their books of accounts and coming from our books of accounts, makakaintindihan po. Parang sinasabi natin, X is equal to X. Or, what is X?
Kaya sir, nabawas siguro doon sa point 2.
Yeah.
Okay, last two questions siguro sa Sir Edwin muna.
Good morning, sir. Ang question ko lang itong universal healthcare sa mga Pilipino. Kung ang Pilipino nag-overseas, automatic ba na kasapi-sapi?
Members sila.
Yes, sir. Ang importante lang muna ito, sir. Paano po namin malalaman naman na nag-OFW ka? Di kinakailangan din po sana na mag-fill up ka rin ng form.
Yes, sir, kasi...
Pero yun, sa batas kasi, it is always presumed na. Sinasabi ni batas, lahat po ng Pilipino, saan ka man, ay member pro. Nakasiguro. You are insured. The only thing that we want also from our end ay kinakailangan po mag-member ka. Kasi paano po namin ito malalaman? Kung ipinanganak ka nga dito sa Pilipinas o lumabas ka sa Pilipinas, kinakailangan din po na merong dokumento na nagsasabi na ikaw po ay Pilipino at gusto mo mag-membro po sa ating National Health Insurance Program. Ito po kasi ay nakasaad po sa ating batas sa RA 11223. Thank you for that question po.
Yes, sir. Follow up, sir. Dito kasi sa agency sa Pilipinas, hindi ka papalabasin kung hindi ka magbayad muna ng PhilHealth. Kung 1 year ang kontrata mo, bayaran mong buo yun.
Hindi na po yata ngayon na ganyan.
Ngayon,
From membership, is that still the requirements? Hindi na po. Hindi na po. That was before, sir. Before, I think, yung sinasabi po ninyo, before the enactment of
Of the
11223. I still remember that na binanggit sa amin ito sa orientation namin before we left for Taiwan. Sinabi sa amin yan, it used to be yung OWA, may taga-PhilHealth na pinapapunta doon, may desk na doon, hindi ka makakakuha ng inyong passport mo kapag hindi ka nagbayad ng PhilHealth mo. It is now not the same. Iba na po. Ang sabi ni Universal Healthcare, ang bawat Pilipino po kasi ay membro. So automatic yan. Kaya nga sabi namin kanina, kung alala mo, nabanggit ko nga, nung pagpunta ko nga lang, I can only talk for Taiwan kasi doon po ako pinapunta eh. Sa mga nandun din nga po sabi ko nga yan din ang katanungan sa akin, you're still a member, sabi ko. Ang importante lang, if you want to update yung yung membership mo. Kasi baka nga may naiwan siyang mga beneficiary po dito. Doon po ay pwede mo nang ilagay. For as long as you will fill up yung aming pong PhilHealth membership form. Yun po yung kailangan lang po.
How about yung mga Pilipino na direct ang kanilang employment, sir? Paano yun?
Ganun pa rin, sir. Inaano lang po namin ganito. For as long as gusto po nila, ha? Wala po kasing walang, hindi na po namin sinasabi na hindi ka pa pwede. Kung gusto mo. Ang nga lang namin, sir, is mag-update ka lang. Kahit na direct hiring, ganun din po. Kaya nga po kung napupunta yung mga teams ng taga-PhilHealth, ang ginagawa po, sa embassy kami. Then doon sa kanilang sa OWA, nandun din sila, pinapatawag po namin sila, basta't walang katulad ng mga nandun, dapat day off nila. Para mas marami kaming maseserbisyuhan. Ang kagandahan po nito, we are always in tandem with other government agencies like Pag-ibig, SSS, si OWA, si DOLE. So, nakakaroon po kami ng parang one day na fair para nandun po yung serbisyo lahat. So, ganun po yung natin. Again, I will take this na sasabihin na it is always a whole of government approach po para lahat po ay magagawan po ng paraan na patuloy po natin na nare-reach out na napupuntahan po yung ating mga OFWs natin. Ang sinasabi mo kasi kapatid, ganito yun. Yung sa agency na sinasabi mo Ngayon, kung nasa agency yon, kung tatanungin sa kanila, gusto po niya magbayad. It's not kasi mandatory na ngayon na sinasabi na kailangan magbayad ka So ito yung nakadepende po sa agency. Kung magaganda nito, pagpatuloy yung pagbabayad nila, magiging productive, active na contributor ka. So, yung beneficiaries mo na nakalagay sa yung membership form, mabibigyan. Katulad nga po ng nabanggit ko kanina, 2 kababayan na nga natin dito from Cagayan. They were so thankful when I said na ito po yan. Sir, alam po namin yan. Thank you nga so much sa inyo na ngayon na nabanggit ninyo ito.
Okay. Last question na din siguro, si kasamang Dina Villacampa.
Yes, sir. With the help of yung digitalization na nababanggit po natin, na meron ng apps for us to open our account, malalaman natin kung pumasok yung mga premiums of payment ng ating mga employer. With regards to this, kung meron ang SSS, may run after mga negosyante, mga employers na hindi nagbabayad ng premium ng kanilang mga membro or kanilang empleyado. Sa PhilHealth po din po ba, meron kayong ganong run after employer din na nalalaman lang ng isang employee na hindi pala na-remit ng kanyang premium nung na-confine na yung kanyang mga anak Paano, sir?
Good question. Good question for a final question po. Ito po yan. Kaya nga po yun, we encourage, just like, sana sa inyo din po, in your programs, please help us disseminate. There is a portal. Sabi ko nga, what's most important is for them really to go to this portal. And of course, if they don't have a PIN or yung PhilHealth identification number, kinakailangan po meron po. Para you can, that's a portal lang po ko yun, ba't nakapunta kayo doon? Napakadali na sundan. Tapos dadali ka doon, tapos i-check mo na ngayon kung yung mga kinaltas na PhilHealth, instruction. Ito po. Again, ma'am, katulad po rin sinabi ko kanina, there is something as this strategy po natin is whole of government. Si Dole po, umiikot siya. Umiikot siya. Pag nalaman po ng kanyang mga inspecting members ng kanilang inspection team na hindi sila nagre-remit ng pag-ibig, ng kanilang SSS, and even PhilHealth contributions, we go to that entity, business entity. Tinitignan ko talagang may katotohanan. Kung may katotohanan. And then after that, our PMs, yung ano po namin sa PMs po namin to, ay katulungan po namin ito. They go to that employer. Seeing na, ma'am, kung hindi sila nakakapunta, tinatawagan muna. Tinatawagan nila. Or tinetext nila. So ito yung kagandahan, hindi lamang po digitalization in terms of, pati text messaging po. Sinasabi namin, ma'am, this is to remind you or could you please confirm na hindi po ninyo binayaran itong contribution ng inyong membro. And after that, pag hindi pa rin babayaran, nandito po yung isang abogada namin. Si Attorney Suilim, siya po at si Attorney Joseph Pawig ay sa ngayon, si Attorney, yung legal officer ng PhilHealth Region 2, ay ngayon ay wala rito. Nasaan po siya? Nandun sa korte. May hearing. You know why? Delinquent employers. They are hearing delinquent specific case. Para sa ganun, it's the proper forum. Sinabihan ka na namin, kasi the first is papatawagan ka namin. Confirm. Dinedma mo. Hindi mo pa rin binayaran. Again, magno-notify na po sila. Pipirmahan ko. Pag hindi ka ba nanginig doon sa pirma ko at ayaw mo, sige, makita na lang po kayo sa korte. We give a chance. We give a chance. We have a committee that regularly convenes. They convene to look into the veracity, the truth, and the facts of the case. Bakit yung mga employers po natin, hindi pa rin po, despite all the notices given to them informally and formally, hindi pa rin po sila nagbabayad. Ang sabi nga natin doon, kawawa naman po si employee mo na kinakaltasan, hindi mo naman nire-remit. So ito po yung mga circumstances, ma'am. Kung may katanungan kayo, ay nandito po yung maganda nating abogada, sige po. Pero sa ngayon, ang masasabi ko lamang po, we say to them, to avoid penalties, additional penalties, please pay. Please pay. This is your obligation and responsibility. So the provisions of the law of RE 11223 should also be respected and as we implement it to the letter. So yun po, ma'am.
Okay. So, ayan, kailangan din i-remind ang ating mga employers, Pero kung minsan, hindi na rin sana kailangan i-remind kasi regular naman dapat ito na obligasyon, Actually nga, kinakaltasan. So, alam nila na may kaltas. Alam din na dapat nila na i-remit, And I remember, pati yung mga licensing offices, I think, nakikita nila to kasi one time ay na-experience natin ito with our organization, naka-receive kami ng letters from PhilHealth, Pag-ibig and SSS, reminding yung contributions ng mga employers. So talagang whole of nation approach na nga talaga itong ating ina-adapt sa atin. So with this, RVP, napakarami nating na-share, napakaraming update na magagandang mga programa para sa ating mga PhilHealth members and their beneficiaries. Baka meron pa po kayong gustong ibahagi or mensahe sa atin pong mga tagapanood at tagapakinig, and share na rin po natin yung mga contact details po natin para doon sa mga nais po pong magbigay ng kanila pong mga katanungan.
Sa ating pong pagtatapos, gusto ko pong pasalamatan muli ang Philippine Information Agency Regional Office 2. Pagbibigay po muli ng pagkakataon sa amin na inyong makasalamuha at may parating po yung mga ginagawa po namin sa PhilHealth Regional Office 2. Ang sabi ko nga, as always, we always have to remember, tayo po ay Pilipino. Wala pong magmamahal sa kapwa niya Pilipino, kundi Pilipino. Services will always be rendered the very best. Para sa ganun po, lahat po ay masatisfy naman po natin. Kung hindi man, at least alam nila na meron po silang masasandigan, mapupuntahan, hindi lamang sa oras na kinakailangan na ma-hospital ka man, but to remember na there are still packages that could be availed of coming from your PhilHealth. Ang sabi ko nga, again, we are open to suggestions, we are open to even criticisms, for as long as it will help us in improving our efforts, our services towards the Filipino people. If there are any other questions that they would like to ask from us, our hotline is 8662-2588. And our members can also request a call back through these following mobile numbers. It's 0998-857-2957 and 0968-865-4670 or 0917-127-5987 and 0917-110 kulang ang number. Wag ko nang ibigay yung number ko, baka dadami pa yung tatawag sa akin po, ha? Taken na po ako. Ito po yung mga number po natin na kung gusto po ninyong matawagan po. We're just too willing and we're just too enthusiastic to hear from you.
Okay.
Sabi ko nga, muli, ang presidente po ng Pilipinas ay nagsasabing parati na nagpapasalamat po sa ginagawa po ng ating PhilHealth sa pangunguna po ng aming presidente at CEO, si Sir Emmanuel Mandy Rufino Ledesma Jr. at po sa mga kasama ko po sa PhilHealth Regional Office 2, that Team Pro 2 will always be willing to serve you with a smile. Kahit na po pagod na kami, basta't ang po namin na makikita ninyo is a smile. Thank you so much po. Magandang umaga, magandang buhay po sa ating lahat.
Ayan, thank you very much to ating pong Regional Vice President Levelinda Binasoy ng PhilHealth Region 2. Napakinggan ho natin ang mga programa ng PhilHealth at syempre yung mga update po para po sa ating mga miyembro o dito sa mga beneficiaries po ng PhilHealth. Muli po, maraming salamat sa pagtunghay sa Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas. Nandog po sa inyo ng Presidential Communications Office sa pamumuno po ng aming pong kalihim, Cesar B. Chavez, and of course sa PIA Director General Jose A. Torres Jr. Sa ngalan po nating Regional Head, Angeli Lubo Mercado, and of course sa ating mga media practitioners at sa ating technical side, ito po inyong lingkod, Oliver Tamayo Bakay. Maraming salamat, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.